Hey guys, thank you for tuning in. Welcome back to SonaAwareness. Today's topic is going to be about how narcissists break things, the real meaning behind why they're breaking things and what they're trying to accomplish. And we're going to just dive right into that. I wanted to say, just give y'all a little quick story. I was thinking about that when I was making this video. How the narcissist that I was dealing with was a really violent narcissist. And I don't even know what we were arguing about, but I will never forget that he took his hand and he just punched the refrigerator. And refrigerator is something like solid, you know what I mean? I don't know if it's like what it's really made of, a lot of refrigerators, but they're very, hard, I'm not going to say it's like metal, but it's some type of, whatever it's made of. So my main point is that he actually dented, the refrigerator and fractured his hand, and that was so terrifying, scary. I'm just like, whoa, just, knowing that you had that much power and, strength to do that to a refrigerator, just imagine what you would do to me, so, why would a narcissist do that? Why would they hurt themselves? Why would they break your things? It could be a laptop or a cell phone, throw something, it's to basically to control you. I believe it's a lot about control. They need you to understand. The narcissist is like, you gonna understand who I am. You're gonna understand that I'm not playing with you. You're not going to leave me. You're not going to talk back to me. You're going to understand your place. And I'm going to show you that I'm not, anybody to be messed with. So they're going to break something. And the whole idea behind it is just letting you know this could be you. And that's something that you're going to understand very quickly if you're a witness to a narcissist, breaking something, even hurting themselves, where they have to go to the emergency room. They would do something like that just to, just because they have so much built in rage and, just so many messy emotions inside of them. And they're going to, pretty much let that out so you can understand and be scared of them. And you won't do anything to really challenge them. They don't want to be challenged, or a lot of male narcissists in particular, a lot of them resort to violence to control their victims. They don't want their victims to challenge them. They don't want them to they don't want to lose their power. So they have the power. This is what the narcissists think. They know they got power and control over you. Your families, your relatives are not going to be involved like that. They're not going to be around, because the narcissist actually is going to show that other side to, family members, and, they're going to seem real genuine and soft, and the relatives are not going to see that violent side, because that's not something that the narcissist is going to show them. They're not going to, it's not for them to see. The narcissist is going to do these things behind closed doors. They're not going to do that in front of your relatives, because they're going to tell you, you need to get out of that situation. They're going to give you good advice, relatives that are, really got your back. But the narcissist, the way they operate, they would push everybody away to the point where you really don't have much contact with them. You just live your life like in a cage in that relationship. That relationship is going to be like your cage. You're going to need the narcissist. They're going to be your best friend, so to speak. The only person that you can talk to about your issues. They're going to be the judge, the jury, and the executioner, as they put it. they're going to judge you, give you advice, and you have to take their advice. They're going to control, manipulate you. You can't even think for yourself. You can't even, you can try to, make your own adult decisions, but that's not how that relationship is going to be. It's going to be a very controlling relationship. That's why a lot of older narcissistic men gravitate towards younger women. They it's just easier for them. They do like easier victims. They don't want a challenge. They're abusers. Abusers are about coercive control, and they need your mind, and they don't want you to go over their heads. You have to listen to them. You have to, take all of their advice. You can't tell them no. You can't have a mind of your own. That's how those relationships work. That's why they prefer, in most cases, someone who's young, who's not, doesn't have a lot of experience, worldly experience. Somebody who doesn't have a lot of, dating experience or life experience to know how to, move about and navigate the world. In some cases, they'll pick someone that's, that's really green, meaning that really doesn't know much. Someone 10 or 15, 20 years younger than them. They will go young, and narcissists will even change their appearance to, intertwine themselves with the younger generation, because they're thinking, okay, I need, this young girl to, get the apartment, get things in her name, get a job. She needs to work. She needs to take care of me. She needs to listen to me. She don't need her family. She don't need her siblings. She needs, only thing she needs is me. She needs to listen to me. She needs to trust me. So I have to, keep her in line. They would look at their partner, so to speak, as property. They just need that control. And if they feel like they're losing control, then they're going to resort to breaking things to intimidate that person. And it is intimidating. It is scary to witness someone, with that much rage, because it is done to psychologically, mess you up. They are just trying to let you know that this could be you, that I put my hands on. You're making me do this. This is your fault that I broke my wrist, that I punched the refrigerator. This is your fault because you don't listen. You make me upset, and all of these things, that abusers do. They know exactly what they're doing. That's why parents have to be careful, sending their children off to college and different places, because they are predators on the prowl that prey on college students. They will even move into those college areas if they allowed, because some apartments you can move in there. You don't have to be a student. You just be like a regular person that just, I guess, looking for a more affordable, housing. And there will be plenty of predators over there looking for young, women who are, getting their education, 18, 19, 20 years old, that are really, they're not mature, really, in a lot of ways, and they don't know much about the world, haven't had a lot of experiences, a lot of life experiences. And a narcissist will go and, get a younger supply like that and move her in, or move in, with her, whatever the case is, and end up, getting that supply to, in a relationship with them really fast, and, controlling them, manipulating them, and trying to get them pregnant, so they can tie them down and they can't leave. The narcissist doesn't want, the supply to leave. A lot of them try to attach themselves to supply. There are many narcissists that do that because they don't want to be by themselves, and they feel like you're never going to be able to leave me. Abusers don't like their supply leaving them, their property, so to speak. That's what they're thinking about them as. You're supposed to be here. You're supposed to do what I need you to do. Pay the bills. You're supposed to work. You're supposed to take care of me, take care of the kids. Don't ask no questions. But even if they did have somebody that was like that and just put up with them for years and years and years, and in many cases this does happen, you see this happen all the time, they would still abuse that person. They would never still be happy. They'll find something to fight about, something to argue about. It would be no way that the person who is, meeting all these expectations of the narcissist, so to speak, it would be no way that they would ever be able to please the narcissist, because the narcissist, you won't be able to make them happy. There will always be something else that they want, something else that, they would, just the way that they live their lives. They'll never be satisfied. They'll get bored. They'll complain, oh, you gain weight, you got the kids, which just things that naturally happen in life. And a narcissist will be going off the deep end, complaining like somebody is not going to gain weight from having children, or aging. That's going to happen. They would lose interest and want to find other supply, just different reasons. They would, a lot of, like I just said, blaming on weight, or, blaming on that you're boring, you step in the house too much. I can't believe this. But if you're working all the time, you got the kids, you really don't have time. Everybody wants to get off of work and come home and relax and just get rest. And, the narcissist will complain, make it seem like you just have no life, no friends. But they're the ones that put you in that situation, that you don't have any friends. They're the ones that when you were together with them in the beginning, they had to take all of your time. You really couldn't have, or those relationships that you did have prior to them were falling apart because you couldn't invest in them. You couldn't really be there for your friendships, and your friends and your birthday parties and things you were invited to, because they actually always, took control over your free time. And then your free time with your family, you can't even really have time to talk to them on the phone, because the narcissist is always talking your head off or putting their problems and issues on you. So they really drew you away from your family members and friends. And these are the same people, like I said, they're the judge, the jury, and the executioner. They'll go back and complain about a situation that they created and say, oh, you're just too boring. I gotta go out. I can't stay in the house all the time. I can't believe you. Narcissists are on the go. They cannot be in the house. They cannot sit still. They're always going to be out and about. That's how they meet other supply. That's how they get, to do dirty things that they do. A lot of their addictions, they're not going to, ever be happy, though. That's the main point, ever. Even if, someone was just as good as they can be to them, they'll never be satisfied. So the breaking things, breaking items, breaking their own, body parts, whatever, narcissists do, is just to intimidate and control the supply, because they may feel like they're losing control of the supply, and they want the supply to understand that this is what you're going to get if you leave me. This is how I'm going to, these are things I'm going to do to you. Basically, I'm going to ruin your life. You're going to see I'm not someone that, should be messed with. And that's why these individuals, you would never want to be with somebody like that. You have to really slow relationships down and try to get to know someone. Never let someone, estrange you, from your family members and your relatives and your friends, because they are really dangerous people. They are so toxic and very, very dangerous. That's not love. That's obsession. That's abuse. That's not love. Somebody that loves you wouldn't want to hurt you, doesn't need to intimidate you in that way. That's just not something they need to do. If anything, they would be making sure you're happy, making sure you're not scared of them. They wouldn't want you to be scared of them. Someone that loves you, that's just not something that people that love each other are going to do to each other. They're not going to scare each other in that way. So the narcissist does those things, and they're just toxic, bad vibe people, and the thing is, they'll go from the next relationship to the next relationship, they're going to abuse everybody that they're with in different ways. It just depends, because every situation plays out differently, and it just depends. But they may not necessarily treat the next relationship exactly like they treated your relationship, because the narcissist is learning things and picking up things along the way too. And a lot of times they try to avoid legal situations. They don't really want to go to jail or be held accountable, so they kind of like they cover their tracks, and they're careful about the way they do things and how they do them. So yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna check out on that note, guys, and make sure you turn your notifications on, guys, so y'all will know when I upload new videos. And comment below, guys. Tell me what you think about this video. Talk to you soon.